Good day, scrappers. Good day, scrappers. Good day, scrappers. We take a walk when the sun is out. Then she's got something to scrap about. And now for your viewing and listening pleasure, that scrapbooker extraordinaire, the one, the only, Teri Sunshine Rice.
Yay, let's hear it for my MC. Okay, today we are playing with the girls over at the Girl Cave with Jeanielinguine, and we are doing our last tool time. Sad day. I have to tell you, it did make me bring out my tools. And even today, we're playing with something that I only have, well, I have 3. Because our tool today is rulers. And I don't have fancy rulers. Oh, unless this one counts. This is pretty fancy. But it doesn't do anything, it's just fancy. So, anyway, I would say that these are the only rulers that I have that actually are like a tool, besides just measuring. And it's the We Are Memory Layer Guide, and it's to cut your perfect edge. And I have to say, I've used it a couple times, and it's like, it's like a struggle for me. In fact, I just tried to do one and failed, so I'm gonna try it again. And, oh, and the reason how come my husband sang that song was because he had another song, and I said, nope, it's gotta relate to the 70s. Because I'm using the Boho Sunshine from Simple Stories. Okay, now these things here, like this says a 16th. And when I first got them, I used the one that said an 1/8 because I thought, that's what I cut, it's an 1/8. I do cut an 1/8, I cut it an 1/8 bigger than my picture, which makes it a 16th on each side, because that's how I like a really small mat around my edge. So I actually need the 16th. And I'm hoping, I think maybe I just need to stand up, because I did find on the island where I stood up, but I did have a great big mat too. So let's just see if I can handle this job now. You can see there's no talking.
Would you like me to sing again?
Yeah, just keep singing. Well, I did good there. See, that's what I liked about this is I seen Karen from Yes Please Paper Crafts, and I'll put her link down below, and she used this, and I thought, dang, she got a perfect cut every time. Well, let's see if I can just do this one. And I feel like it's not even moving yet. Okay. Because when I was in the art room, I thought I got it in 2 cuts, but I think I keep moving it. Yeah, I did something. Okay, let me just try getting this little edge off, because I think that's all I missed. Okay. I don't know. If I'm going to use this, I'm definitely going to stand at my island, because I don't know whether I got just a better grip on it or what. Let's see, I'm going to... And you know how sometimes just lining up the picture, I kind of move the ruler. And I am using the blade side. And I'll tell you, when Karen did it, she just whipped that baby right through, and she was done. And I look like I have 2 different sizes. So let's just see. I've had this for probably 2 years, and this is like only the second time I've used it, just because I just felt like I wasn't doing it right or something. I thought I just need a lesson, you know, practice, practice, practice. Okay, yeah, that looks pretty good. Okay, I'm pretty happy with that. So it goes from an 1/8 to 1 inch. So that's the 3 rulers that you get with that little Wear Memory layer guide. Yeah. So I mean, it would be nice if you're doing more layers and you want it just a little bit bigger every time. But my goal was just to get that perfect 1/8 of an inch. I mean, 1/16 of an inch. Okay. Now back to my project. So I told you when I picked out the papers for these, I was going to use this paper, and I've taken the center out of it because the other side is the floral, and you know, I need those, you know, what do we call it? Flower power. Which means nothing to me except for the word. But anyhow, these were the things I told you my kids were gonna fight over when I died. Because both of them, I showed them, oh, look, and I found these things. And they're like, I want those, I want those. And so anyhow, I made this. We were supposed to write our life story. And the funny thing was, I thought, oh, I need to get a better picture, because where's the one that I had before? Oh, here it is. And I thought, oh, it just looks kind of messy, because I was on the floor when I actually took the picture. And I had a bunch of stuff laying out that I was throwing out. And so I thought I'll get a better picture of it. But anyhow, it's like I find it all the time, and I never, when I'm cleaning, and I just put it back. Well, here, I've got a whole bunch of pictures in here. And one day I was looking for this picture. This was a picture of me taking on a horse that was like taxidermied. So anyhow, it's like all these pictures are in here, which I didn't realize were in there. So that was a fun find. Or it was fun to open it up, because I guess I didn't even realize. And this one I actually made in middle school. So I mean, these things look old, tattered, stained, because they've been going with me throughout my life. But anyway, I'm going to scrapbook them today. I am going to tear apart the one and use the photos, or at least retake the photos, even though my kids want it, because I thought I want to scrapbook those photos. So anyway, now on with the scrapping. I said I also had to use this because you've seen smiley faces on everything back then. And I'm gonna take, and I've cut this a little bigger. I think it might be 9 by 9. I'm gonna use my fancy ruler. No, I'm not. Oh, here it is. I was gonna say, no, it's not in English. It's not in inches. Okay, yeah, it's 9 inches square. Yeah, this part of the ruler is in English, you see that? So I'm gonna put this over here. And so now I gotta find my invisible ruler, which is definitely fancy enough for me, since I have a hard time using that even. Okay, and so I've already glued this to, or taped this to another paper, because otherwise it was just too flimsy, because I took out such a big spot. Whoops, I almost knocked it right on the floor. And I just wanted, I had to have that swirl, because one of my friends, her sister had painted or maybe her and her sister painted the wall like that in their bedroom, so I thought that was pretty cool. Because when I was a teenager, I just wanted an orange room. And I wanted a bright orange room, like orange, like this. But my mom painted my room like this. So it was kind of peachy. A little more pink than peach, I think. Okay, and then I've got to use the flower power. So I'm going to put that on there kind of cockeyed. And I really kind of just put everything on here that reminded me of being a teenager. My room, I wish I had a picture of my room. I just loved it. In spite of my walls being peach instead of orange. Okay, so then I got my little projects. I mean, the kids' inheritance. Okay, and I'm gonna put this kind of cockeyed, maybe kind of like that. Maybe I should line up with this. Let's see if I do one in a. About 1 5/8 on each side. Okay. Oh, and I didn't save any room for this. I'm gonna put this little tag on here just because I thought it was so cute. And it gave more flowers. And do you think I can find scissors? No, it's covered up by all these rulers. So I'm going to use this, but I think I'm gonna actually tie. Now, this orange it's not as orange as what I always think of being the orange from the 70s this year. So that's why I'm bringing this in. And I'm gonna do a double. So I think if I cut about there, that should be good. So there was two things that I really loved. It was, I mean, two colors I really loved, and it was orange and lime green. And see, my mom would not do like a true orange. And you know, I know why, because she was a mom. But she made things out of fur, and it's like, oh, I could tell you the fur stories, let me tell you that. So anyhow, she had made some like fur snakes. I don't know where she got the idea of snakes, but she had made one out of lime green, so I had to have one of those. I don't know why I needed a snake in my room. It was really just because it was lime green, and I like that. Okay, I gotta trim one of these thread. It's a little bit shorter because I like the variation. Okay, and I've already cut this to where it's not gonna, or I glued down that picture, so I'm cutting off that. And I can always use that for something else because that's pretty. And I'm gonna stick this underneath here. And it's there for no reason except for that I wanted more flowers. And I had these really neat things. They were made out of they were made out of this like Pellon. And what were the paints that we used back then? There were these paints, and they would have house parties. And they would be these, oh, the name is almost on the tip of my tongue. If you know what the paints are that you paint on Pellon, and I know that's what I used on here. If you can think of what that is, let me know. It came in a tube, like a paint tube, but it was like a roller ball on the end. So you could just color anything. And I remember my aunts did it, my mom did it. And anyhow, I had these like dancers. They were kind of like these, I think they were like the big-eyed people. Whatever that lady's name was that did those. Okay, so my title is going to be Hello Sunshine. I made the mistake of putting it on wax paper. I can't believe it after days of not doing that. Now I've done it again. Artex paints, that's what they're called, Artex. And they were really cute. I remember painting them. The little dancers. Oh my gosh, it's adorable. And they were like in the corner of my room, and it's like I wish I would have saved those for, you know, however many years I had them. I wish I would have saved them and put them in my kids' room or something, because they were just so cute. Okay, I'm gonna have to put some tape on this because that's not gonna do it. Okay, and I'm gonna stick this right down at the bottom here where it's just kind of overlapping the edge of the bottom, because I just want to bring it all the way down to the, you know, the lower part of my layout here. Okay, and then you know, it's like we had beaded everything, and I made beaded earrings back then. I said if I'd have realized I was just gonna keep making jewelry out of all my life, I probably wouldn't have went to college. I would have just kept making jewelry. But so I'm gonna put this up at the top. Oh, and let's see, sometime in the 80s, the little smiley faces came back because my daughter, the youngest, well, it's like my middle one now, she liked the little smiley faces, and I found this beaded smiley faces and put them in her doorway. So that was, she thought that was fun. And I thought I would have really liked those. That's why I did it. Okay. And this one says smile be big, and it's the smile, those little beads, or it looks like the little beads. And I'm just gonna start up here so it looks like it's just connected to that one, and bring it right down to this side, because I'm just gonna overdo it. I'm gonna overdo this life in the 70s. Okay, now I did not have a hanging plant, I don't think, but I did make when I first moved out of the house, I made a macrame end table. Well, that's what I call it. It was only about this big, but I had a plant on that, and it hung from the ceiling. So I'm putting this little macrame. Well, I did have macrame hanging plants. I did. I forgot about that. But mostly I had hanging candles, and they were awesome. They were sand candles, and I'd got from my then boyfriend's sister. They were awesome. They smelled so good. You'd walk into my room and it just smelled like that. I just loved it. Okay, so now let's see, what do I want to start with here? I'm going to use these foam stickers, and again, I put it on the wax paper like I wasn't supposed to. This one did a little better, but it's not sticky on this side at all. Okay. Now I have to pull out the original artwork here. See this right here? It's the L with the heart as the O. And look at that. It looks just like it. So I thought I have to use that. I mean, it was so fun just picking out all the stuff. I thought I've got to use that. So since I've got this love here, I got that love there and that love there, I've got a triangle of love going on there. And we roller skated almost every weekend. I didn't really like to roller skate that much. Well, actually, I just wanted to do something else. Because once I took my boyfriend roller skating, that's all he wanted to do. So that became date night. Okay, and then I'm gonna put another flower over here because this is the orange one. So I have to have that. And I'm gonna overlap the picture just a little bit. And it's amongst all these other flowers. And I'm also going to use this little brad butterfly. And I gotta tell you, when I looked at it first, I thought it had that lime green background that was my favorite color. But nope, I come out here in this lighting and it's all different. So I'm just gonna overlap from the flower power paper to the smiley face. Okay, then my next little cluster, I'm gonna have a record player because of course we all had a record player. Mine was a Panasonic, and you had to have a nickel and a penny on it to keep it from skipping on the little player needle thing, whatever they call that. Okay, so I'm gonna overlap onto this, the cute tag and the picture. And then of course, we drew peace signs on everything. Everything. Actually, I don't think I had a peace sign in my room unless it was by the dancers, but I don't think so. But of course, it was on every folder I owned when I was in school. Because that was during the Vietnam War, and my uncle was in the service, and I would pray every night that he wouldn't have to go to war, because we never knew where he was at all the time. Until one day he came home with a wife from Spain and a little baby. Okay, and I got another little smiley face. Does it have tape on it? Barely. Because we had smiley faces on everything. I remember going to the little 5 and dime, what was it called? It was called Scott's or Bell Scott's. It was 2 different names, 2 different times. And I remember you could get little buttons that were smiley faces, stickers that were smiley faces. I was looking to see if I had any peace signs on my artwork over here. Nope, no peace signs. Do have the love sign though. Okay, let's see. I gotta get my a little more tape on this one. I can't believe I just zoned out and forgot that I can't put foam on. Have to leave foam on the plastic it came on. Okay, I'm sticking a little flower there. Okay, now where was I putting this? I remember. Okay, up here, I'm gonna put some words. And now I've got Flower Child, of course, and Groovy. So all the words that I remember being like major words from that time that we don't really say anymore. Have to bring those in. Okay, so I'm gonna stick Flower Child right here. And Groovy right under that. And then I have another flower, and where was I putting this? Do I remember? Oh yeah, I'm still right here by the music, because you can never have enough flowers. Because you know, the power of flowers. Hence, flower power. And then I've got another little orange decorative brad. I'm going to call it a decorative brad because you know it's not a real brad. Okay, and then down at the bottom I'm gonna put peace and love. Because you know we're always going peace. So I have to have that. It would not be a 70s layout without peace and love. And then I got this other bread, and it has flowers on it because you know the whole flower power thing. And then little mushrooms were in. I remember my mom had little decorative mushrooms. Were they? Did they hang on the? I think she had like little tiny ones, because she had like, if she had any knickknacks, what they call tchotchkes now, they were tiny. So I'm just gonna put those right down here. Okay, so now I have all the things with the exception of my favorite color at that time, which was lime green. So I'm thinking that this was the color of my snake, so I have to have that on here. And where am I going to put the biggest one? Because I only have one big one. I think I'm going to stick it right here by this peace sign. And how many things do I got going here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm going to put another one here. And if I can get this off here, I'm going to put another one, and then I'm going to stick one up here by this other little brad. And then I better put one over here by this mushroom. And one over here by this flower power. And now what do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Better have one more over here. And oh, I did put it right over that smiley face. Can I move it still? Yep, we still want to see that smiling face. Okay, and I'm going to kind of put them right in here where this flower power is. Every flower is flower power, you notice that? Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I'll put one down here at the bottom of that butterfly. All right, so that's it for, I'm gonna call it my flower power page. Well, really it's the Hello Sunshine page. And thank you for joining me. We'll have close-ups at the end. Make sure you check out all the other girls that probably have a fancier tool than me, because my ruler was, I mean, just trying to get through it. So thank you for joining me, and thank you for joining all of us that have been doing this tool time. And we are going to be doing something else this year coming up. So I will see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.